Alright, welcome back ladies and gentlemen. Today I want to show you how to get rid of a small dent. There are a lot of videos on the internet on how to get rid of big dents in your car, but this is a small dent or crease. This is from running into actually the edge of a trailer hitch, and it's been this way for over a year. So I want to talk about ways to get rid of this because these are kind of tough to get rid of. And it took me about half a dozen attempts before I got it right. I'm even going to show you a failure so you can learn from me. So I've got this kit that was given to me graciously for free, and I'll share the details in the description below, so please help those guys out by taking a look at their kit, ordering it if you need to get a dent removed. So their kit includes a free bottle. I took the bottle and put some alcohol in it just to clean off the bumper so this will stick, and then you find the best adapter that's kind of fitted for your dent size. And then it comes with the adapters, it comes with the glue gun and glue. So all I did was put some hot glue on it, and then I'm going to stick it to the dent. And I'm just kind of trying to make it as the glue is still hot, so it tends to sag until it cools down. So just hold it in place until you get it the way you want it. And then depending on how hot it is outside, you may even need to use like an ice cube or some cool water to cool it down. But the recommendation is to wait 7 to 10 minutes to let the glue fully kind of cure. So now that we've got that, I'm going to use the bridge attachment on mine. I'm going to extend it out as wide as it can, the two legs on either side, to get the most kind of pull on it. And then remember, this is my failure. I want to show you what I did wrong so you can learn from me, and I'm going to show you how to do it right, because I literally did this probably 5 or 6 different ways before I learned the best technique. So I'm just tightening this to get rid of the dent, and I'm kind of eyeballing it and feeling it with my hand until I notice that the dent is kind of removed. And you'll see why this isn't the end all be all, but this will give you a good starting point for what you're looking for. So I'm going to tighten this, kind of make sure the dent's gone. Again, I'm just kind of eyeballing it. And now what I've done, and this, you see this all over the internet, and it's pretty effective. So I've got my electric kettle with some boiling water, and I'm just going to run this water over here because you've got to release the stress in the plastic bumper, or the dent will simply reappear after you pull it out. So right now you see the dent's kind of gone, but if I were to pull this bridge off, the dent would immediately reappear. So you're using hot water to kind of release, kind of make the plastic more malleable. Welcome, Bailey, stopping by. So you're making the plastic a little more malleable, and you're releasing the stresses. But as you can see, I got a little too aggressive, and I melted the hot glue, and the bridge fell off. And within 5 minutes, I was back to exactly what you see here. The dent reappeared. So let me show you how to do this the correct way, at least after 5 or so attempts, my definition. You see I cleaned it back off again with some alcohol. You really need this hot glue to be able to bond very well, as great as the hot glue can bond. So again, I'm going to place this on here, and I'm speeding this up because you've seen this part before. So nothing new in this technique as before. I'm going to kind of show you that really the biggest mistake I made the first time was being too aggressive with the hot water, because the hot water melts the hot glue, and then the hot glue kind of releases from the bumper, and then you're left with the exact same problem you started with. So again, one of the beautiful things about the internet is I can simply show you the correct way, and you don't have to see all my mistakes. But I've learned that a few of you like to see the mistakes because it helps to avoid. And there's some YouTube channels out there on how to do things the wrong way, just so you can learn from that on how to do it the right way. So this time, I'm going to be a lot more conservative with the hot water. I'm simply going to really try to avoid the hot glue as much as I can and give it time in between pours. And also extend the hot water out a good bit further than the dent, because there's I've kind of learned that the stress of the dent extends a lot further into the bumper than you realize. So you want to release, you want to heat up the bumper as far around it as really you can, and it helps kind of release all that pressure and stress that'll cause the dent to reappear. So this time I'm being much more conservative, and you just saw the hot glue pop, right? As soon as I saw that, I had a pitcher of ice cold water. This was part of the secret. So as soon as I saw that pop, I'm cooling down the bumper, which kind of helps set basically the dent being removed. If I hadn't done this, the dent would have really just kind of reappeared within a minute or two, as you saw in the previous example. So let's pull this bridge off and take a look. And This kit includes a ton of stuff. As you can see below in the description, it includes a scraper, which you'll see later in the video, on how that you can use to get rid of the hot glue that's left over. If you have trouble getting rid of it, feel free to heat it back up with some hot water, and the glue will come right off. One of the things I learned about the beautiful part about using hot water, you can also use a hair dryer or a heat gun, but you risk damaging the paint. Now, the paint's already a little bit damaged from where it hit the trailer hitch, but a heat gun or a blow dryer can actually heat paint up to the point that you damage it, whereas hot water obviously never gets over 212 degrees Fahrenheit, so you don't really run the risk of hurting paint, as paint's designed to withstand temperatures generally up to that temperature. So that's the beautiful part of hot water. So here we are. This is a few minutes later. And the dent, actually, I overpulled it, so it's kind of protruding now. So again, this was trial on my part. I learned that if you pull the dent out too far, which is ideal, it actually worked out better that way. Go back with a little bit of hot water, and being very kind of gentle and conservative with the hot water, you can literally heat it up and kind of adjust the dent with your finger, as you see me doing, to get rid of the fact that I overpulled the dent. So here I am, just kind of heating it with water. And this is actually a pretty nice day. It's probably 70 degrees out. If it's really hot outside, you've got to be careful and factor that in. So let's see what we've accomplished. Here's the dent before. This is what it looked like before I did anything to it. And here's the dent after. It's practically gone. So let's do a look at a before and after. Major difference. Now, the recommendation here, because the paint is damaged on this vehicle, is you would definitely need to, you'd probably, if you wanted it to be perfect, because this one's not, you'd want to go back and actually repaint it, which I have an example down below. But this really starts that process, because if you had to use Bondo or filler on this bumper, the first example you saw with that huge dent, it would require a ton, and it would be a huge mess and a lot of work. Whereas if you can get most of the dent out, if you're not satisfied with the way it looks like it is now, where the dent's almost completely gone, then you could go back and repaint it. But I'm satisfied with this. I really just wanted that huge crease going out of the front bumper, so it didn't really look like I ran into anything. Okay, so let me show you. I got this kit from BB King. They sent this to me for free to evaluate. So I want to show you what you get. And they've got some kits that start in the $20 range that may be all you need. So all of this comes in the one that I have, which is in the description below. So you get two types of glue sticks, one for harder plastic or for harder materials, and one for softer. You get the glue gun. You get like a nice lint-free cloth to wipe it down with, a spray bottle which you can put your own alcohol in. You get a hammer, the bridge. You get this little trigger device that can pull out smaller dents, a little plastic scraper to help get the glue off, as well as tons of these various little pieces that you glue onto your vehicle. The purple and black ones. The black ones work with the bridge that I used, and the purple ones work for smaller dents with the orange trigger-based unit you see here. So you can choose these basically to match up with the size of your dent, so that you're getting the most pressure to exert on the best area in the right shape, so that make pulling the dent out as easy as possible. It comes with a user manual, which is pretty easy to understand. And again, you can buy all this off Amazon. I've got links below. They were kind enough to send this to me. I was able to match up and get the best one for my dent, which, as you can see, worked. So appreciate it if you'd support these guys by purchasing the kit if you need get rid of some dents. And again, all the various kits are below. So I hope this helps, and I'll see y'all next time. Thanks for watching.